People always ask me this question. Carol, of all the horses you've ever had, what is your favorite? And of course, there's only one answer. My answer is Shining Spark. Shining Spark is a very easy subject for me to talk about. He is sired by Genuine Doc and out of the great mare Diamond Sparkle. I bred Diamond Sparkle to Genuine Doc in 1988. Shining Spark was a result in 1989. I've had so many great horses, but I don't know what there's a special bond that I have with Shining Spark because he is such a phenomenal horse and has such a phenomenal mind. When we started him in probably December of his yearling year, Brent Losky started him. Brent was working for me at the time, and he started him, and he was in the round pen, and he told me I had to come look. And he just rode him around, and when he stopped riding, this horse just had a phenomenal stop from the very, very first ride.
Shining Spark started his show career at the NRHA Futurity with Bob Loomis and placed 5th. Then Tim McQuay took the reins in his 4-year-old year. With Tim McQuay, Shining Spark's first major show was the AQHA World Show in November of 1993.
Mike, this is the kind of style of reining horse that you favor.
Yeah, this is kind of my kind of horse, Jeff, and Tim kind of gives him a clinic in the reining here. You watch everything here. Watch his size, his difference of speed transitions into circle. Watch this horse change leads, and watch how happy he's doing it. Everything he does because he likes to do it, but he also will spin a hole in the ground. He'll do everything with pluses.
A 4-year-old Palomino stallion, Mike, great bloodlines. You really expect this horse to score big.
This horse is just kind of a rare individual, Jeff. If you notice, he just lets Tim guide him everywhere, and that's the name of the reining class.
Not taking anything away from Boomer, Nick, but Shining Spark and Tim McQuay at 227.5, they're the world champions in junior reining.
There was a horse marked at 231 at the Lazy E, and Tim hadn't run yet. And he called me out of the stands. He said, do you want me to run Shining Spark or do you want me to save him for the Derby? The Derby at that time was in June and this was March. And I said, Tim, I can breed a lot of mares between now and the Derby. He said, good enough. He ran for it and then marked at 230.5. And he was reserve champion, which was wonderful. During the NRHA Derby in June, Tim and Shining Spark were victorious in their quest to be champions.
Number 165, Shining Spark, Tim McQuay.
He's just good-minded no matter what you do with him. And he passes that trait on to his children. When I first started running a breeding farm, and I was pretty inexperienced about percentages and statistics, which I still don't talk much about numbers, people would call and they'd ask me if the stallion I had was a better broodmare sire or a better stallion sire. I didn't know what they were talking about because I thought, well, he has good sons and he has good daughters.
Shining and Sassy, 2008 NRHA Futurity Champion. Shine by the Bay, AQHA Most Valuable Working Cow Horse, and 2-time AQHA World Champion and Reserve Champion World's Greatest Horseman. Little Miss Shiny Checks, 2-time NRCHA World Champion and AQHA Reserve World Champion. A Shiner Named Sue, NRCHA and NRHA Open Futurity finalist with earnings over $100,000.
I've learned over the years that the great stallions have either mainly produce either great daughters or great sons. Shining Spark, he has lots of great sons. The primary thing he has are his great daughters. So many of his daughters have been phenomenal producers and continue to be so. And it looks like it doesn't matter what stallion you breed her to, she's going to have a very athletic, pretty, good-looking baby. Shining Spark is currently the leading broodmare sire in the National Reining Horse Association and the National Reining Cow Horse Association. The first time Shining Spark had been ridden in 11 years. After I rode him to the track, I asked Jay if he would like to stop him once. And he said, oh, I don't think that would be possible. He hasn't been ridden in so long. And I said, he won't care. He loves it. Jay got on him, and he was just thrilled to even be on him. And he loped 2 circles, and he went down to the east end of the track and started west. And I can tell you that it was a 80 stop as far as I'm concerned. And Jay was just blown away. The smile on his face was, now I understand why these great horses do this.